Welcome back to Hogwarts Legacy. This is Andy from Aging Gaming, and we're starting back up right where we left off. We completed the intro, and now we are into some tutorial stuff. We're going to try and blast through that pretty quickly and not spend a lot of time on it. If you have a minute, please hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and if you enjoy this video, drop a like, leave a comment, share it with your friends. It's all greatly appreciated. Anyway, we are in the Ravenclaw dormitory, and let's take a look around. Not a huge room. Looks like we don't have our own room, which is in keeping with what we've seen from the Harry Potter films, but we never really see our roommates. It's hard to move around quickly in these dorms. We're gonna go find the common room. Downstairs is just some other dormitories. And now here's the common room.
Have you ever seen it?
Now I believe up here is the girls' dorm, and you'll see that we can't go to the girls' dorm. Watch what happens. No, that's not the girls' dorm. Where's the girls' dorm?
Just have to wait for the right moment.
Let's talk to this guy.
One moment. Watch this.
He's sort of a goofball.
What is this? Someone threw a dung bomb. Let's get out of here.
That wasn't quite the reaction I wanted. Oh well.
Right. What did you hope would happen?
I suppose I hoped it would lighten the mood. Ravenclaws can be a bit on edge the first day of class. I'm Everett, by the way. You seem downright calm next to some of these characters, and you survived a rather harrowing trip here.
I'm glad to be here. Ready for classes to start.
Good. Glad to hear it. Truly, there's no reason to be nervous. Most professors are firm but fair. I mean, not all of the tricks I play are as simple as a tossed dung bomb, and I'm still here.
Wait, did you say most professors are fun but fair?
Ha! I did. But probably best I let you judge for yourself. I do tend to push their limits. I should wander off before someone traces that dung bomb back to me. Nice meeting you.
You too, Everett.
Must be.
That's just brilliant, Amit. Brilliant. You'd think you could... Why, hello. Would you like to take a look?
Amit's kind of a fun character later on.
Can't see too much in the day. Well, except for stars like Sirius, Canopus, Vega, and Arcturus. I'm Amit. Pleasure to have you in Ravenclaw. Never met someone who's been so close to a dragon before.
Can't say I'd recommend it, frankly. It's nice to meet you, Amit. I take it you like astronomy?
Oh, yes. So much to be learned from the stars. Also, there's something about the open air and night sky above the tower. It's invigorating. You will adore astronomy. Professor Shaw is incredibly knowledgeable.
I hope astronomy's on my schedule. Sounds interesting.
I have good news for you. You are most definitely taking astronomy. It is required for all 5th years. You will be enthralled with the tower. Plus, a quality telescope can show you things you never dreamed of.
I suppose I'll see you in class then.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of class, better get to my first one of the year. Nothing like the smell of fresh parchment, is there? Be seeing you.
It's about as fast as you can run inside.
I want him to be in the perfect place. A place he'll be happy with. But I can't seem to find it. great golden gobstones. I want him to thrive here.
Golden gobstones.
My own little expression. I bought this Dittany seedling from home and I so want him to feel cozy. Dittany is amazing, isn't it? So much healing power in such a little plant. I've a bit of a thing for plants, as you can see. Pleased to meet you. I'm Samantha.
Nice to meet you, Samantha. Is Dittany used in Wiggenweld potion?
It is. Looks like someone's been studying up on their potion making.
Actually, Professor Fig told me about the Wiggenweld potion.
Of course. I heard you were studying with him before term. He's an enigma, Fig. Teaches about theory, yet seems to know a lot about practical magic.
Yeah, we saw that. He was slamming those statues around pretty well.
Professor Fig does know a great deal about, different forms of magic.
Well, I hope he told you about more than Wiggenweld. You've lots to catch up on, I'm sure.
It was nice to meet you, Samantha. Good luck with your Dittany.
Thank you. And good luck to you too on your first day.
Hey there, new Ravenclaw. Professor Weasley is looking for you just outside.
Professor Weasley is looking for us just outside. Okay. I believe we go down here, and there she is.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
This is going to be a big part of the game. And all of those pages that are going everywhere, well, guess what? We get to try and retrieve them.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
So,
This way.
voice actress for Professor Weasley,
The guide will give you
is
opportunities to practice your magic
the
and
lady-
educate yourself about wizarding lore.
the lady that played the head cook in Downton Abbey. My wife recognized her voice as
I
soon as she
certainly
heard
would
it.
have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student.
Me, I was more like, I know that voice from somewhere.
Why don't you cast Revelio on this bust and see what details the field guide can provide?
Revelio.
There you go, field guide page. Bus created in honor of Ravenclaw House resides in the lofty Ravenclaw Tower. And we open the field guide. And this is how we keep track of our progress and oh, there's so much, and we'll see that as we go along. But we open the field guide challenges, and there's our field guide pages, and there you go. And this is how we will keep track of everything. Plus, you have to claim these rewards. So just because, like, our first goal is to get 2 of these pages. Just
Clever,
because we
isn't
do
it?
that doesn't mean we get
Keep
the
your eyes
reward
open for
from it.
more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Also, those challenges are the only ways for you to get XP.
No time to waste. You've classes to attend.
There's a lot of challenges, but
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Hogwarts is divided into 2 main areas. The left side of the map is where students and professors live, and includes the house common rooms and the Great Hall. Select the grand staircase. I find it easier to do that over here. And then in this view, you can see the flue flames available in that region. Green flue flames represent flames you've discovered, including your own house common room. Gray flue flames reveal the location of undiscovered flames. The right side of the map is where you'll find academic points of interest, including Astronomy Tower, Library, and greenhouses. Hogwarts is huge. And we go to Central Hall. And the thing is, you don't have to be standing next to a flue flame in order to travel. You can travel from just about anywhere
And
to
here we
any
are.
active
Quite
flue
the time
flame.
saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
Now, if you're in the middle of some missions, you
can
can't
get almost
travel out.
anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak.
I tried telling Hector when someone passed their mescaline.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Okay, and Hogsmeade is... I think everybody understands what Charms and Defense Against Dark Arts are. Probably you all know what
You mentioned
Hogsmeade is,
Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
We're just not going to talk
Almost
about it.
precisely what Professor Fig said.
Professor Fig is worried that she'll
Speak
feel
of the devil,
duty-bound
Professor Fig.
to share it with Black.
Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I find that line
I
really
wouldn't
funny.
say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Okay, so talk to Fig.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did try to evade her questions, though I feel a little receptive. That said, I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch.
I like that he's giving
the
her
details
props.
to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you.
So you can tell
Speaking
that this
of
is
guides,
still
and so that I
tutorial.
may avoid another
There's a lot
not
of
so
talking
subtle
here.
reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Okay, completing main quest will further the story, unlock new features, grant XP. Yep. Some quests are locked by spell and or level requirements. In these cases, you will need to be the required level and or have the required spell to activate the quest. New spells can be earned by completing professors' assignments or as quest rewards. So, track a quest. Defense against dark arts, that's a pretty good one. And we get Levioso.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Yeah, like staying alive. Okay, so you can see that you can either follow the mini-map or you can also follow this charmed compass. And it's good to pick up, like, you'll see anyone that wants to talk to you. A lot of times they'll have side quests and missions and stuff like that for you. And as you run around, it's best to do this from the beginning, but so
Revelio.
the blue means that you can interact with it. Here's a food flame. So we'll pick that up.
Is that all you've got? Yeah. Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
I think unspeakables are like government-sanctioned assassins, sort of like 007. So, okay, here we go. Boom, we've got Levioso.
Levioso!
And, whoo, we can lift a feather without even touching it.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
So she's going to teach you a little bit about dueling here.
Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember? Levioso. Good. Now, well done.
That dummy
Very
won't mess
good.
with me again.
But the best way to practice is by dueling.
I stole that
We'll
line
start with
from
you.
later on. in the
Duelists, take your
game.
marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso!
Good form.
I know.
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it. Protego! Stupid Protego! Let's just say
I do enjoy life.
stupid.
If only all would have to live for this again.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
There we go. Victory.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
All right, so now we go.
Right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Solo.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, You might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
I think we would be a perfect fit.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance, if you're interested.
And then that is
Till next time.
going to add a quest. So and we're level 2, and I will show you what I was talking about with the field guide or the challenges. So we're still sitting at just 1 of 2 field guide pages, but we did complete a quest, and so we're going to claim the reward. It's just an appearance reward, and now we have to complete 4 main story quests, and then we have a couple of lock challenges here. They're going to be other quests, other types of quests, but completing these and advancing quests and basically all the stuff in here, combat quests, exploration, field guide pages, and room of requirement, advancing those are the only ways for you to gain XP. And once you've completed those, like, you know, one of the challenges is defeating dark wizards. So once you've completed that challenge, and I think the last one is you have to defeat 100 dark wizards. Well, you can defeat all the dark wizards you want, and you're going to have to continue to defeat dark wizards. But you don't gain any XP from knocking them down. So that's kind of important to realize. Okay, so we will go to Charms class next. And what we can do is we can locate it on the map. And it's already tracking the quest for us. And that's right where it is. Now, we don't have many fast travel points. See, we only have 1 fast travel point, and it's right next to where we are. So it won't do us any good to fast travel there. Plus, especially early game, you want to move around the castle on foot because there are a lot of field guide pages and different puzzles and things like that where you can gain things.
Revelio.
And you heard that little bell, and also if you were see the little field guide page show up there. So we'll run over here. And I think we have to be at the top of the stairs. And there it is. There's our second field guide page. And so you'll see a lot of players, me included, just running around Hogwarts doing Revelio all over the place, trying to find things to do within Hogwarts so that you can gain XP. And let's go and complete that challenge. And again, appearance reward. But some of these challenges have real rewards that aren't just cosmetic, and we'll see those later on. So, for instance...
Revelio.
And with the headphones on and all that, this is actually direction. You can... There it is. Oh yeah, the window. So I'm not going to do a lot of that on camera because it's really not all that interesting. And if you're playing the game, and I highly recommend that you do, I love this game, you can find those yourself. And it helps teach you a lot about the lore and the castle. You learn a lot about where things are. Though I still get confused running around here.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him.
And we'll start this. This is a cool professor.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Maddie's pretty cool.
Shall we begin?
I like her a lot.
Welcome to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another.
That's a funny line right there.
Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are.
Another funny line.
Take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
If that red thing catches you, you have to start over.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember...
We've got tons of potential
Potential is
here.
nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air.
Field trip.
After me.
I used to love field trips when I was in school.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
So, if you play this game, I would recommend that you get decent at this, because it's actually a side mission, and you gain
So
XP.
why don't we have our newest student start us off?
So there are a couple of tricks to this. One is, you have to hold the spell
Very simply,
for
cast
a
Accio on
certain
one
amount
of
of
the
time.
spheres and
And
relinquish
basically,
your charm at the last possible moment.
if you
Now,
let
think
go
of this
right
like
around the
gobstones, if you will. But instead of
the
throwing
border
marbles
separating
out,
the yellow
you are
region from
summoning
the
them
green
toward
region, you should
The trick is
get
to
into
pull
the
the
blue
sphere
region.
as far
I think
as
that's
possible,
right.
but not a bit more, or it'll fall. Yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best professor. Show us how it's done.
Accio.
That's it! Splendid!
Now, when you get over here, a lot of times what will happen is the person that you're playing against, their head's going to be in the way of you being able to see where the ball is. And so that is a challenge too.
Accio.
Excellent control there. Very good. Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
So here's where the game gets fun.
You'll be the Blues just as
This is
before.
kind
and
of
Miss
like
Onai, you
a
are
wizard's
playing red.
version of
Clear?
barroom
Yes, sir.
shuffleboard.
Let us see this.
So we're going to try and knock her right off
I
of
know
there.
everyone is watching, but try not to.
Accio.
You are doing quite well. Ouch! Well played. Here we go. There we go.
Now I think we'll be nice this time.
Do not think I will start going easy on you now.
That's it!
Watch this. That is how it's done.
And this time, we're going to play nice again.
Not exactly your typical lesson, is it?
A perfect score. Remarkable.
We are, aren't we? Absolutely remarkable.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
So it's still all just time.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this.
See how she's standing right there? So what we'll want to do is we'll want to bring
I
that
know everyone is watching, but try not to be nervous. You are doing
over
quite well.
here.
Accio.
Very good.
Here we go. There we go. Quite impressive. Be sharp. That is how it's done.
Accio!
And that's what happens when you don't focus. But we still won. So that makes it a little bit easier.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Okay, so
Class is
that's
dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
2 main quests that we've completed.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
So we're going to focus a little bit on her story, and
is Wagadu much bigger than
because
Hogwarts?
It's interesting.
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
And so that was kind of a surprise. You always feel like Hogwarts is the biggest school around because that's what we've been focused on since the Harry Potter novels came out. So I was kind of surprised at this, but it's still pretty cool.
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
I think visiting Wagadu could be an outstanding DLC somewhere down the road, but there's plenty of room for DLCs on this map, and you'll see that later on.
You can cast spells without a wand?
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian. You know it won't work on humans.
So that's kind of an important...
A word, if you would.
I mean, it's not crucial, but I found that to be an interesting discussion. Just a little... Yeah, you're using Accio on their clothes, not the people. You can't use it on people.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Unai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
And special assignments are usually pretty interesting. So main quest is done. And that's our first main quest since we started the guide now. So we go back to our quests, see what's next. And we'll go to cross ones. Though I thought, okay. So we'll track the quest and we can just follow our handy dandy little charmed, I don't even remember what this is called.
Hello. How was your first day coming along?
Hello, Samantha. Nice to see you again.
I wondered how your first day was going. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Okay. Well, might as well. Usually at these classrooms, there is a field guide somewhere around here. Though I do tend to struggle to find the one in here. So if you know where it is, feel free to leave it in the comments because it may be, sometimes they're upstairs or downstairs from where you are and they seem like they should be right next to you. But there should be one in there because in most of the classrooms there is one. Usually you can check around like these statues. See, we didn't even hardly get a ding there, so. These animated suits of armor are actually pretty cool. There's some really funny stuff that goes on. I'm not going to spoil it for you. If we run across it, I'll show it, but this is the other way that you get field guide pages. And that's actually going to be a mission to discover this, like a side mission. And so we'll do that once we get there. But for right now, and actually we can't do that. Oh yeah, we can. The key to that one is Lumos. And so,
Whee!
there's Peeves.
Oh, not again! Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you praxia mole? As long as 'twere only 1 time per week, I can plunge the boys' lavatory, not for the meek.
Please, Peeves, you'll make me late.
He tried to stop me, did rancorous carp, sought to trap me, confine me inside of a jar. But he failed, as did his containment charms, so I took my revenge to wreak havoc and harm. It was granted my privileges be handsome indeed, or I'd fire up the cannon, and so she agreed. To draw up a contract with her, not with him, that if I behaved, I'd have 1 weekly swim! Whee!
I'll get you for this.
Peeves. A friend of mine pointed out that Peeves, though he was in the books, was cut from the movies, and I had forgotten that.
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there.
Now these things, this is another way to get field guide pages. And with all these little statues that look like this, you simply cast Leviosa and field guide page appears. And oh, that was us leveling up again. Yeah, as with most of these games, you level up really quickly in the beginning of the game.
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed wands. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad duelist either.
Imagine it's quite something to see the two of you duel.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Of course.
Yeah.
Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you can duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into the ring?
Yep,
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
Break through the yellow shields with control spells like the levitation spell, Levioso, target lock, blah blah blah. Okay.
Confringo.
See, we already got hit.
Accio. Levioso.
That's a winner!
Levioso. Sendo.
Potato. Stupid one.
You're better than that.
Stupid one.
Confringo.
There goes my way.
Also,
Stupid one.
And on normal, Stupefy will actually break the shield.
Potato. Stupid one.
That's all you've got.
Glad I didn't bet on that round.
nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant.
Obviously, it gets more
I
difficult
shall.
as you go
Now,
up the
it
chain.
takes time to organize these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first Crossed Ones victory. Well fought. Hope to see you back here again.
See, 180 XP, and it took us halfway up level 3.
Revelio.
There's a chest back here. So we are going to change clothes because that rustic garb has higher stats. So what we do is we go here, go to our gear, there's our outfit, and it gains us 3 in defense. Early game, this is basically the only way that you up your stats is by gaining, you up your health by gaining levels, and your defense and offense by just getting better gear. But later on, you can actually upgrade things, and I'll show you that as well. So we're gonna put it on. Now, I don't like the look of that, so I want it to look like this. So we're going to come back here. We'll go change appearance. And we can... Now, I got the Dark Arts Ensemble. I'll show you that. I got the Dark Arts Ensemble because I ordered the deluxe version. But... So there's Prefect and stylish vest, school uniform. So I guess we're going with the high socks for now. Go with that. Oh, we should have checked our quests. So meet with Professor Weasley. We're going to track it. And we'll head that way.
Just wait till I've grown a bit, then we'll see how well you do.
I feel sorry for your next opponent.
So a lot of these little conversations don't mean anything, but there are some that do.
Revelio.
Right there. That's the Peeves bathroom, I believe. Haunted toilets. Unless in dire straits, it's probably best to avoid this particular toilet as it is allegedly one of Peeves' favorite pranking spots. So that's, you know, how you get your field guide pages. You're going to need a lot of them in order to complete that challenge. And if you want to 100% this game, then you're going to have to complete those challenges, all of them. Let's just see how massive the map is, and this is just inside Hogwarts. The world outside gets huge. So this is the Transfiguration Courtyard. There's actually a field guide page right here. It's found in the Transfiguration Courtyard. It has a likeness of a wyvern on top and serves as a relaxing place for students to gather, despite rumors to the contrary, possibly started by Sir Cadogan. This is most assuredly not meant to be the wyvern of Y, slain by the lively knight in spite of himself. We'll pick up this
Off on another
fast travel
adventure,
point,
are we?
and then begin our